Have you ever woken up one day and realized that everything you thought you knew was wrong? That every single decision you have ever made in your entire life was also wrong? Well, I have, and it feels really good. You don't need to sleep in your bed every night. The street is just as comfortable. Life is not all, you know, funky shit and funny faces that you pull in the mirror. It's deep, but it's not that deep. The blue skies are for good vibes. The grey skies are for when you want to die. There is nothing darker than the sunlight when your eyes are closed. Trust me, I know, I wear my sunglasses in the shower. And I'm starting to feel a whole lot better. Life gave me love and I made life out of it. My head hurts, but my heart knows the truth. I've remembered how to laugh again. I've become irresistible to the people to whom I want to be irresistible. I know that love is the only thought, and pain is the only feeling. I know now that everything will work out for us. We will occupy spaces. We will make sounds. We will go absolutely fucking crazy. We will think thoughts that will be thoughts we would have never imagined we could think. Not in any past that any thought of ours could ever reach, but thoughts whispering the first glimpse of a future where somebody, maybe you, maybe not, but somebody in a high, bright place. Somebody wondering whether or not to jump, decides at last that the only thing left to do is dance.
Passengers aboard United Airlines flight to Phoenix, Arizona here. Appreciate you coming on here in a nice and timely manner. We'll be getting going here shortly. We'll just get some paperwork ready here. Attendants will be coming along and getting the cabin ready for takeoff. So much appreciated on the patience. We'll be right with you. How you doing, folks? Appreciate you being with me today on Friday. How you doing? Getting our Friday on. About to get out of here, flying out of San Diego all the way to Texas. This is your captain speaking, the American anchor, baby. Appreciate you being with us tonight. Absolutely amazing. Should be a nice flight. Not too much weather ahead of us. You know, we got some clouds, but we got plenty of in-flight entertainment to get through it all. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Got plenty to get into, calls and everything. Kick back and relax your flight, nickstream. Appreciate that. How's everybody doing on this Friday? The first AI crime has happened. Anti-Semitism and out of control. Women, we're going to get into it. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Maybe we can find out. Passport bros, vindicated? Maybe. The men, they got problems. And I got some stuff I want to show you. Incredible. This should be a nice Friday, folks. We're just trying to get up to our cruising altitude here. Checking our P's and Q's. Your pilot's gonna get us there safely. Well, I am very glad to have you all with me today. Like I said, this is your captain speaking, the American Anchor Baby. What can I say? We're kicking off our Friday as we do. Nickstream Friday. So how's everybody doing? Incredible stuff. Flying up to 36,000 feet today. And we got so many first class super chatters already. Wow. We have to welcome them. Thank you so much. Your pilot's doing just the last finishing touches here to get up to our cruising section of our flight. Wow! That's the thing about jazz, you don't know when it ends. Incredible stuff. How you doing, folks? This is your captain, the American Anchor Baby. We're getting out of here, out of San Diego, on our way to Texas. We're going to Dallas-Fort Worth International. We'll be maybe even tuning into ATC halfway there, just for the fun of it. We're doing this halfway realism. If the plane touches anything too strongly, the simulation ends. So we have that realism activated. So your pilot's going to be extra careful. We don't want to be dying, you know? We don't want that happening. Virtually, of course, YouTube. But let me check what's going on here. We got the people in the chat. We got our Friday going. We got to welcome the first class super chatters. So, flight attendants, who's working? Do we have anyone working tonight? Where are they at? Let me know, ladies. Is the Ballers Lounge open and clean and stocked with drinkies and snackies? Let me know. Let me know. Where are my flight attendants? All right, still working though. What's up? Delighted to be here. Pleasure. Thank you, Nada, Chris, Carver. Welcome, everybody. 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔, Det, Morales. Birdie Bound Brian, we got an Air Marshal on board. How you doing, Terry? Irish, Repub, Brennan. Welcome, everybody. Okay, amazing stuff. The flight attendants, they're walking around. The cabin's a buzz. The party's going. What's up, Lin Yan Chin? Let's open up a special place on this plane. A place full of people that we appreciate. They are supporters. They are benefactors. They are the ones keeping the drinkies and snackies stocked. Okay? You think this is a regular United flight? You know, you're like, oh, first class, I get whatever I want. But in the back, okay, you get maybe one bag of pretzels. And you get a ginger ale. But that's it. And if you ask for another one, I guess we'll give it to you, but we'll make it difficult. We'll make you feel bad about it. Nah, they don't make you feel bad about it. If you ask them, they'll give you the whole can of ginger ale. But here on Nickstream United Airlines, the drinkies and snackies are plentiful, and they're bottomless, and way more variety in a very special place. I've been teasing it, but we got it ready, folks. We got it ready. Oh, feast your eyes on the Ballers Lounge. Oh yeah, the Ballers Lounge. Thank you so much, Ballers. Please make your way to the Ballers Lounge. I repeat, make your way to the Ballers Lounge right away. And that is the following. We got Lin Yan Chin, Santino, Chris, Lord Bibby 42, 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔, delighted to be here. Benny Hill. We need you all in the Ballers Lounge right away. Ballers Lounge right away. I think Carver's in the Ballers Lounge. We're making sure we have everybody here. I'm checking my lists, checking it twice. Yeah, looking good. I think that's all the ballers for now. Let me check Rumble, rumble.com/AmericanAnchorBaby. I'm live over there. dlive.tv/Gorgonzola. And you know what? Have we ever brought in the D-Livers into the Ballers Lounge? I don't know if we've ever done that. GMD Jim, Coffee Talk with Sandra, The Hake Report are the top contributors, and they maintain a seat in the Ballers Lounge. If you're a top contributor, you maintain a seat in the Ballers Lounge. So it's a pleasure to have you ballers here. Truly, absolutely a pleasure. What's up, 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔? Thank you for that super chat. Says Base Nick. To all my friends, let's have a good flight on board Anchor Baby Airlines. That's from Delighted to Be Here. 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 asks, why do atheists start praying when the plane seems like it might go down? I know. It's like praying when you're in pain. Lin Yan Chin, thank you so much. Back-to-back super chats here. Saying, Lord Goodhair refused to read my chats to the public today because it was too much revelation into the heritage of Marshall Rowis, at least to him. People are not on that level, Lin Yan Chin. Sensing key. Fascinating stuff. Don't you say emotions come before the thoughts, Lin Yan Chin? Don't know why I just remembered that. But he also says, absolutely. Whoa. The yoke. You may have heard that, folks. We're going to take a little moment here to... It's an emergency. We're in the cockpit. The yoke is shaking right now. So what's going on? Well, let's look here on our main screen. As you can hear, maybe, the yoke is shaking. You hear that? So the yoke is shaking violently. Something's wrong here. You see it's red. That means we're going a little too fast. So we don't have our spoilers armed. We don't have any flaps up. What's going on here? Oh, look at that. You see that right there? We don't want the throttle stuck on that position. That's just too much power. We should start seeing the speed start dropping there, as you can see the arrow. Beautiful stuff. You know, you don't want to go past the red there because the whole plane falls apart. But don't worry about that. Hey, everybody's calmed down, right? Everybody's happy. Let's tell the computer you can't go past this speed right here. Okay. Let's get on up to 36,000 feet. Let's tell the computer to go ahead and do that. Oh, yeah, you got to love it. You got to love it when things work. Some of that mandatory retraining last week, you know, I just feel like absolutely confident right now in this cockpit. I just feel like I know what every button does. So you're in good hands. You're in good hands. Let's keep reading these quick first-class super chats, and then let's get to it. We got Lin Yan Chin saying, absolutely is not a real word. It is a woman noise exclaiming great excitement of emotion. It really holds no value to the sane. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. I'm a little feminine, maybe. My bad. Absolutely. An absolute pleasure to have you all with me today. Truly an absolute pleasure. Lord Bibby 42 says, shout out to the pilot. Is we or isn't we gonna crash tonight? Place your little bets now. I disavow, but thank you, Lord Bibby. I'm gonna get you there safe. Chris says, good luck, Captain Nick. We're all counting on you. Santino says, I gotta get me a seat next to a window in the first class section, and maybe I'll have a chance to call in and talk about rights. Who actually has them? That'd be nice. Let me show you to your seat, sir. You know, we got some snazzy new additions to the Ballers Lounge. You know, if you follow the lovely flight attendants, they'll show you to the newly added sections of the Ballers Lounge. You know, you have nice seats, windows. So it's truly a nice experience, really luxurious experience in first class. Okay. What else do we have here for you in first class? You know, I mean, you're welcome to take your seat next to the window. We have we got the lights turned off. You know, it's always nighttime in the Ballers Lounge. It's always cozy and luxurious in the Ballers Lounge, so you could take your seat here. It's really up to you. But thank you for that. Lin Yan Chin, one more here says, stop gasping, Sparkle Blouse. The mouth is not for breathing. I keep forgetting, and forgetting is the worst sin, Lin Yan Chin, my bad. Didn't you want to awaken key sense? Mouth breathers can't reach key sense. Shame, crying face emoji. Yeah, I know. And I also wanted to doubt every single thought perfectly, but yeah, that's working on it. We're messing around here. Appreciate that, Lin Yan Chin. Thank you, Terry Strange. Please make your way to the Ballers Lounge and join the ranks of the Ballers. Says feminine intuition greater than your facts and examples any day. Triple kiss. Feminine intuition, fellas. You can't. What do they say? You can't live with it. Can't live without it. Appreciate you being here, Terry. Please sit in the Ballers Lounge. Luxury. Luxury. Incredible. Okay. So what are we doing now? Hold on. Let me know if these background noises are too loud. These noises or plane noises, etc. There is a little bit of a buzz. But I think this is how we're going to handle it. Okay. Let me get situated here. Flight plan is perfect. We're happy. We're happy. How you doing? Flor 13. So, the first AI crime. The first AI crime has been committed. For this, 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, you have committed. A principal was removed, faced threats for making racist comments. You heard about this already, I imagine. Maryland educator accused of using AI to frame the school's principal. So that's what's going on. Maryland High School athletic director at this Maryland high school being accused of framing a Baltimore principal using AI generated audio. It really is. Some are saying this is the first of its kind. A crime where basically someone used AI to train the voice of someone they wanted to target, used it to create a recording that makes him sound and look a certain way. The guy was black. The educator was black, who generated the audio to get at the principal. And the way it got out too is he gave it to another black teacher. He gave it to another black teacher, and that was it. It went everywhere. So first of its kind, they're saying, and that someone was framed. They're saying deep fakes are going to come out. They're going to start making people say all sorts of crazy things. They're going to start having the deep fakes coming out. Well, it literally happened, basically.
Athletic director under arrest for allegedly framing a Baltimore principal with AI-generated audio.
I'm the principal here, me and only me.
Dazon Darian charged with disrupting school activities after investigators say he manipulated Pikesville High School principal Eric Iceworth's voice and spread offensive audio on social media in January.
Okay, I think we need to cut in here and bring in the offensive audio in question. We do have recording of the offensive audio. So here is the AI generated clip that was used, and people believed this for a little bit. That's the thing. Let me pull up the article as well so we can maybe push through this a little faster. Where are we? Boom.
I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another.
Oh, DJ, by the way, is this guy right here, the guy who generated the audio.
I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people.
Oh, damn.
And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side.
Oh!
I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly...
So that's the audio. Obviously, that's AI generated. There's no way that was a person. There's no person except maybe Jesse Lee Peterson, Donald Trump, that honest. I'm playing. I'm joking around. I'm messing around. I'm playing around. the AI is angry. Clearly, the AI's got problems, and the AI was generated by this guy who wanted to, according to the story, the alleged story is that he wanted to get back at the school, but at the administration for letting him go, something like that. And that's the theory. That's what's going on. Police have concluded this audio you just heard is AI generated. And the anger seeps through. No, the hate kind of seeps through from the person who generated it. Huh? It's the poor AI. AI doesn't have and AI no better. Anyways, it's gonna just adopt the spirit and language of who created, of its creator, of its father. And by honest, I'm messing around. The honest, there is something to be said about that, though. There really isn't anybody honest. Let's think about it. Let's be real. Like, personally, like, in politics, in the public stage, in the media. It's like, dang. No one's really saying, like, schools, for example. In this topic of schools, you got this AI hoax, and it's the educator who's railing against these underachieving or underperforming students and the black teachers and students, and he's sick of their they can't do for whatever. I'm paraphrasing. And so you got the AI saying all that, and the Jews and all that. What I'm trying to say is that the public's kind of backlash what I'm trying to describe is that there was a period where he was getting threats and all sorts of things because people believed it, which is to say what? You can conclude many things here, but here's a kind of thing that I was thinking about. If they all kind of believed it and didn't quite even question it and then go to, oh, maybe it's AI, maybe it's fake, that means doesn't that speak to how the people who believed that this was real, doesn't it like belie their belief in some of the things the AI recording said? Whether you disagree, whether the people who believed it disagree with what it said, they believe that people are thinking this, that they're talking about this. It's enough of an issue that these racists are talking about it. Are you following me? Maybe in a long-winded way I'm trying to say that nobody's talking about what the AI had some gumption to talk about in a clunky, blind way.
Audio.
So yeah, that's what's going on with this. First of its kind, it's very interesting when you think about it. I'm fascinated. I'm interested in how exactly they were able to determine, and I haven't quite been able to find anything besides, basically, expert analysis. Like, it sounded very monotone. At the end of the sentences, it didn't quite sound human. There was evidence, I'm just not sure. I would like to know the methodology. It'd be nice to have something maybe better. Maybe we can employ AI to beat the AI. You see what I'm saying? We got to use the AI to get the other AIs, to get the rogue AIs. We got to get the, we really are going into cyberpunk future. We need to create the replicants. What do they call them in Blade Runner? The ones that hunted the rogue replicants. Anyways, probably running it through an algorithm. I hope, because you're out of your depth if that's all you're doing. That's gonna get. Our experts have analyzed the fingers of these photos, and as you know, AI is unable to recreate fingers. So we've determined it's obviously real. Look at those fingers; those are perfect. I really hope that's not our metric, because you can see how fast this stuff is developing. Okay. So, yeah, I did hear it. To be fair, that one did have this air of sounding fake. You could hear the artifacts in there. But we're gonna need to get some AIs on our side. You know what I mean? What else? Can we finish this quick? I think.
Sparked widespread outrage, included disparaging remarks about Black and Jewish students and parents, and even mentioned Darian by his nickname.
And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black out of here one way or another.
Take a listen to how similar 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒄𝒄𝒍𝒔 actual voice
As student athletes, you have won county, region, and state championships with grace and humility.
is to the ones
See, he's nice to the
AI
blacks.
generated.
How hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations?
𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒄𝒄 denied ever making the comments, and police now confirm the audio was fake.
Some of the telltale things that we saw were the fact there's a bit of a monotone. There's not so much changing in pitch toward the end of sentences.
You see what I mean? I hear that guy talking, and I think, please don't tell me he's the tribunal who's going to decide if I go to jail or not when the AI comes out of me saying horrible things. Please don't tell me. Yeah, right, Brian. As much as there's artifacts, if you really listen, it was pretty good. It was pretty darn good. Terry, your wanton, chaotic attitude there is making me chortle. It's making me chortle. Yeah, like I'm saying, Ben Coleman here. I just don't know, man. I hope this is not the guy in charge. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's the expert. I hope this is not the guy who has to decide.
Tone. There's not so much changing in pitch toward the end of sentences.
All right, folks, it's time to start changing. It's time to start unnaturally changing the way you speak. Make sure so that you can never be mistaken for AI, that you talk very animated. And at the end of sentences, what did he say?
There's a bit of a monotone.
So don't be monotone. And I can't do this. We're done. I think we're done with the story.
Gives alleged.
But that's what's up. They found him on a. You know what's thematic about this, by the way? You know I love a little thematicism. What am I saying? Is that English? They apparently found him trying to board a plane. Nice. With a firearm. Maryland educator. Hold on. AI plane. Teacher arrested. So he was trying to board a plane, basically. After he allegedly... Okay, hold on. Dazon Darian. A judge here. So his arrest warrant was Wednesday afternoon. He was caught Thursday morning at the Baltimore-Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport. Maybe we should have flown out of there with Darian on board. So, yeah, he was supposed to fly to Houston. We're on our way to Texas. And it seems he had not packed his gun in a certain way. He packed his gun in a certain way during his travel that, you know, brought more scrutiny on him and basically brought the law. So that's what's up. I guess I'm glad they figured it out that it was AI. But that's the story. I think we can move on from this. Because next, you know, one of the biggest things with this AI stuff is this massive how do we put it, like just control of speech, internet, anything digital, the rewriting of anything digital, the instant editing of information and digital mediums, etc. The transient, almost transient nature, is that the right word? The amorphous nature of information and facts, so to speak, news and history, even recent history, is a theater rife for corruption, for things that do not work. How do you think Africa's not working? When you see these countries that are a mess, and they got crime, and they got massive corruption, they're run with this same mentality. Restrict, tribalize, isolate and attack. Survival of the fittest, but in an evil way. Like, if I win, if I get any power, then I'm going to make it harder for anybody else to take it from me. The barbarian warlord dynamic that I've been kind of talking about, that is in a sense almost returning, and we're seeing the first proto warlords appear, in a sense, the hoarders of wealth and women. Anyways, and so yeah, AI and all this to stamp out the speech of people, to stamp out ideas, and you're seeing that it's a major thing right now, include when it comes with the wars. Obviously, since Trump, fake news and all that, and that is really removed, turned over the lid here, whatever, on what's been going on even before Trump. So, and what I mean by that is, it's like censorship, but also the blindness of people. They're almost two sides of the same coin. You can't really have one without the other. Have you noticed that? You can't have this censorship modern world where you can get canceled, where you can use all these isms to fight each other. You can't have that without the other side of the coin, which is a populace that does not even that is blind, right? Is blind and brainwashed. In a sense, a brainwashed person is not really a victim. It's a strange paradox. It's like you're a willing slave. Do you see what I'm saying? So they got all the isms. Matt, they're giving Matt Walsh a lot of crap here on Twitter. So if you don't know what's going on, obviously you've heard me mention it maybe yesterday, this week. The wars going on and the protests that are going off at the universities. Major stuff. A lot of people talking about it. Mainly, for a number of reasons. Number one, it's this liberal left, anti-colonialist, anti-white cannibalism that's happening to its own left, the elites and academics. There's this interesting, what do you say? What's the idiom for this one? Crows come home to roost or something like that. I don't know if that's a nasty expression, but I've seen nasty people use it. That's why I'm careful. But you see what I'm trying to say? There is an interesting cannibalism that's going on with all that. A dog they've let loose, a golem the golem of Prague that they let loose, and now it's attacking their own. A story I read recently on Wikipedia. Where am I? Matt Walsh is getting some crap here because he's calling out Greg Abbott, who basically got the police to arrest these people. But what was the motivation here? The motivation was anti-Semitism, at least according to Greg Abbott. Anti-Semitism won't be tolerated in Texas. Matt Walsh says, I believe in arresting people who break the law, but there is no law against anti-Semitism, and there shouldn't be. I mean, I think it's a fine point. It's a beautiful point. It's a beautiful point. He's getting some crap over it. They're saying, how many days does Matt Walsh have left with the Daily Wire? Come on, guys. I bet you he'll stay. I bet you he's not going anywhere. Because he's like, my impression of Matt Walsh, he's like a level-headed man. So there's no worry. And what is there to worry about? With free men talking, right? Free men talking. So it's funny he's getting some crap over it. I don't know. I don't think that's why, they're probably thinking about Candace Owens and all that recently. I don't see Matt Walsh as a guy who would get kicked off here over drama and all of that. And if he does, or not kicked off, if he does part ways, it's probably, that's just my impression of Matt Walsh. But that's what's going on a little bit. Anti-Semitism in Texas. How do I put this? It must be ego that when this topic comes up, I almost want to rehash what I think. But, I've said this about the protests. I think people are waking up not to what you think. They're waking up to anger. And they're not waking up to the intricacies of these liberals who rot on themselves this evil of race. They used all the isms on the others, and now they're getting it on themselves. So no sympathy, and now people are waking up. I don't think that's what people are waking up to. They're just turning into really lame Palestinian supporters. They'll put on the stupid bandana. They'll be like, that's Palestinian land. And just tired old things, not really thinking for themselves. So stopping them out of anti-Semitism is not based. Stopping them because no freaking Semitic protests of any Semites. You know, I heard that word means, you know, I use that word jokingly and most likely a very ignorant way. Don't get mad at me. Don't judge me. I do humor as well. I'm just saying that it would be based to stop them over anti-Semitism. To stop them because these Semites are just bringing their war to our shores. Yeah, no, that can't happen. That can't happen. We can't have that. Like Trump said, you got to finish it up. You got to finish it up. We can't have that. We got to go back to normal. You got to finish it up. Oh, man. The jokes are coming out, though. The jokes are coming out on Twitter. Somebody tell Mike Johnson that it's anti-Semitism to leave the border open. Then they'll make it happen. Somebody tell the jokes are coming out. Can you blame them? Can you blame free men making jokes when the world is like a clown show? Mike Johnson and all this crap. Who cares about America? Doesn't seem like anybody does. But that's a little bit on my mind. Just a little bit of the news. Not that no big, not that important. I wanted to get into some other stuff. And we have, wow, look at that. We got some homework to deal with. Meaning, not homework, housekeeping. Meaning a first class super chat. Thank you so much, Matthew. You know what that means? Boom. We got Matthew in the Ballers Lounge. Please, sir, sit in your seat. Relax. Put your feet up. She says, chilling in the Ballers Lounge in my slippers, sipping Scotch whiskey. Matthew's relaxing and lounging. You can't blame him. We love to see it. Right on. What's up, Hunt C? That's a name I've never seen. Anchor Baby. Lin Yan Chin, thank you for that. Says, Africa can't use democracy. Insufficient IQ. You think so? And they have missing sapience equals context. And sanity can't penetrate their culture. Ah. Well, when you put it like that, Lin Yan Chin, you almost allude to a different understanding of IQ in your mind. How do you see IQ? Is it just merely a function of biology? What do you think? And I'll try and pay attention to super chats. You don't have to keep donating. I mean, I do appreciate it. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Amazing stuff. Hey, what's up, Kevin Howe? Thank you for being here on this fine Friday. 8-inch nails. How you doing? How you doing? Okay. Ballers Lounge, beautiful. Let's just check the cockpit real quick. You know, we do want to make sure. See, look at that. We want to bring that speed down just a tad, just a touch. One touch. Seatbelts. Okay, this is amazing. You gotta love it when your pilot knows what he's doing. Okay. So what now? You know, I haven't had the phone lines unmuted here. If you don't know, you can call in 760-515-3855 if you want to get up, if you want to jump on the line and talk to your captain, the American Anchor Baby. Anunnaki created the white man, says Christian Ramirez. But I heard Yakub created the white man. Are you sure about that? I don't know. I heard it was Yakub. Imagine explaining... How do I find this? You're bringing up the origins of the white man, and I saw some schizophrenic, like Yakub posting that you guys need to see if I can find it. If you don't know who Yakub is, who created Yakub? The name Yakub. Yaqub is a figure in the mythology of the Nation of Islam. Yaqub was a black scientist who lived 6,000 years ago and began the creation of the white race. Through selective breeding, This is thematic. Thank you. Because we're going to talk about selective breeding with something else. I think you'll find this both horrific and fascinating. But I don't think I'm going to find this insane 𝒂𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍� posting on Twitter. It was so funny. God bless 𝒂𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍�. 𝒂𝒄𝒊 in the highest. Okay. Well, that's that. That's true, Carver. That is actually true. That is deep lore. Do you think that's deep Bond lore, Carver? Would you say that's deep Bond lore? I mean, it's all connected, right? White lore, Bond lore, Nation of Islam lore, skateboard white Chris. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to be in the chat, okay? It's a party. It's fun. Hey, let's get into this before we get into more selective breeding. Look at what people are saying is her fault. Do you think these people are a bunch of incels? Look at this crazy video. And we're going to stop it before it gets too crazy because it is a really nasty video.
I have a restraining order on you.
I have a restraining order on you, she says. She's like, stop, leave me alone.
Hey! Get the fuck off her, you asshole! Leave her the fuck alone, I'm calling the cops! Come here, girl! Come here!
Okay, we're going to stop it right there. This is a video of a graphic story from actually a number of years ago. Oh, wait, was this? My bad. I was thinking of a different story. This may have been a little bit more recent. But a man is caught on cell phone video chasing down a woman and killing her at an apartment complex in Parkville, Maryland. He shoots her in broad daylight. That's how the video ends. He just shoots her. It's crazy. Incredible. It's an angry world. I know it's scary. It's horrible. But hold up. One second. Look at this guy. Or whoever this is. I don't know if it's a guy. They're saying the red pill says it's her fault for dating him. That's what the red pill says? No way. Disgusting red pill. But that's what some people say. You guys think that's crazy? What do y'all think? I personally, I've heard some of this. Red pill maybe would say something like that. Now, I don't know the way this person characterizes it, saying the red pill says it's her fault for dating him. I mean, is one of those kind of clunky statements that's maybe trying to mischaracterize what, I don't know, not all but most are saying in that, in that world, the red pill people. It might be a mischaracterization. Personally, if you ask me, this is why you got to be an individual, by the way. You can't let the red pill think for you. If you just, this is why you got to keep it simple. I mean, if you ask me, it's not your fault. Like, look, she even says, I got a restraining order. This particular situation, in this very moment right here, he shot her. That's just what happened. She did not shoot herself. He shot her. That's what happened. I don't know if this person goes to jail. Apparently, police are still searching for the suspect. But if there's anyone saying that she's at fault for getting shot here, then I don't know. You're crazy. You understand? So if you understand what I'm saying here. But if I may maybe play devil's avocado a little bit, I don't consider myself red pill. I don't think about life in that way. That being said, this whole blame is an interesting thing to talk about. And it's kind of super trending thanks to a video. I don't know if it's a video, a series of videos. This blame thing is kind of getting a lot of traction today, particularly. This video is going viral. This next video I'm going to show you viral today, and this thread to also viral today. And what I'm getting at is there is a sense of responsibility here. Come on. I'm not crazy for saying that. I'm not crazy for saying that we get ourselves in all sorts of situations, and we'd have no clue what happened here. So we're really going to move on from this situation. It was just a segue. I'm just using it to segue into other things. You know, I got a show to do. We're not going to judge what happened in that video that we saw. We know nothing about. We don't know how it started. But that's a lot of stuff right now. A lot of fights and battles right now. We're starting in the middle, and people are getting all emotional, and they're starting the story in the middle. Women, let's normalize posting why you broke up on the internet is the trend. And they're sharing their story. They're sharing their story. So, all right, ladies, let's hear your story.
Normalize posting why you broke up on the internet.
Hold on. Let's turn this up. We're going to need some more volume on this, I think.
I was struggling with postpartum depression. 2.5 weeks.
Boom.
Normalize posting why you broke up on the internet.
I was struggling with postpartum depression. 2.5 weeks after giving birth. So my partner thought that I was asking for too much when I was asking him to be home and spend time with me and love his son and be there for me. But because I wasn't doing the dishes or doing the laundry or making him food.
Okay, when I heard that, I thought this is a skit. This has to be a skit. This has to be a skit. Are women really thinking like that? This guy, I thought when she said that, it has to be a skit. It's almost like as if the video should be something like this. Like, imagine like the video starts with some woman crying. It's like, my husband left me. My husband left me. And it's all because what? All because I was having sex with his friend. Well, I was just having sex with his friend. Why did he leave me? It's like if you saw a video like that, you would think, is this a joke? But you got to take in just how viral it went. Probably because of shallow people. You know, we're watching the thrills.
I wasn't a good enough
Everyone wants to say whose fault it is. It's your. Look at this woman blaming and saying nothing about herself. And then, of course, you get the lady saying, look at all the men in the comments telling a woman all this phony stuff.
Do things like boyfriend, girlfriends do. Like, you didn't want to snuggle or cuddle or, like, love me or tell me that I was beautiful or tell me that he was proud of me.
Oh, no.
So he kicked us out, like, 3 weeks postpartum. And my baby is 9 weeks postpartum today.
What's postpartum? That sounds almost like a disease, but I guess that just means born. Okay, but
if he sees this,
I almost don't even want to finish this. You get it, okay? You get it. And even if this is a skit, honestly, the funny thing about these skits, this extreme, I don't know if it's a skit, I guess. I'm not entirely sure it's a skit, but the funny thing about these extreme dramas, whether real or not, it speaks to our reality, don't you think? She's actually correct. That's why men and women don't work out. Because of this part right here.
Or tell me that I was beautiful, or tell me that he was proud of me.
It may not exactly be that, exactly. But it's that false love. It's that false love. We are so into this false love. We really think that, we really call those things love. I don't think it's that crazy to think that this might not be a skit. What a mess. And nobody's healing. Ain't no healing going on. Ain't nobody I don't know why I'm turning black. Ain't nobody getting better. Let's do a what my ex did and I still stayed thread. That's what this is. And what is it? It's a whole bunch of women in the comments basically saying why they stayed with a man despite XYZ horrible things he did and said. I don't know how y'all did it with these partners. And it's just women lying to each other. It's horrible. It's truly sad. Because here's what it is. Here's the point here. Every single person in this thread saying, I stayed despite XYZ, every single person in this thread saying that is just as bad, if not worse, than the person they stayed with. Yeah. So that's what this is. I guess I'm just on one or something. I just want to present something to you here. Okay. Don't shoot me. But what else? Because nobody is getting better. But where were we? You know, we're winning, though. We're winning. Everyone's starting to talk like us.
To prove that it's bullshit. Before I started, I needed a few.
Every day I come onto this app and I just realized that the incels won when it came to how we talk about dating and relationships. Because this has a little to do with the video, but not a lot. Like, the video is an indication of like how talking about relationships has just become like incel talking points on both sides of the aisles, whether you are a guy or a girl.
He's talking about red pill and all that crap. I'm joking around about winning. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like it's just more confusing. What I mean by that statement, I mean that it seems like the people, men and women, are more confused now. But where were we? I think we're done with this. Look, it's not looking good. We got the fellas too. This is the remnants of Gamergate. Stellar Blade. Do you know what this is? Stellar Blade. It's one of these. I think it's a gacha game. No, is Stellar Blade gacha? So what gacha is Stellar Blade gacha. Oh, so no microtransactions, but okay, it's like some game. Okay, the game is, and it's got like anime waifus. Okay, they got them all modeled with the voluptuous parts and all that. Okay, and what happened is the character model, the character model of their beloved character here, and I'm about to get to calls here. They covered her up. And the gamers came out in droves. They're like, "No, we're done with woke. We're done with women telling us that." Except they're not saying that. They're not going that far. They're not saying that at all. They're just saying, "We're done with woke. Give us back our boobies." I'm trying to find the picture where this massive change happened with the character model. Whatever. And they're all mad about this. We're going to boycott this. Look at all the energy they're putting into all this energy into getting back their virtual love handles. What a mess. This is not what was supposed to be this is not what it was supposed to be like. The aftermath of Gamergate. I got the calls unmuted if you want to call me back. But the aftermath of the women won. Even if you get mad about them taking away your virtual boobies, you're just proving to the world that you are subject to the woman. She won. What happened? What happened? What's up, Mark Langlois and Old Saucy? Appreciate that. What happened? What are y'all saying in the chat? But anyways. Don't they know sex is gay? Apparently. Fellas, is it gay to have sex with women? It's starting to gain steam. These topics. Fellas, is it gay? Andrew Tate is saying it is.
Call from
Flor.
And he's getting a lot of crap for that. But we got a caller on the air right now. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Flor, Guatemala.
Hey, what's up, Flor? How you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Appreciate you being with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice. Thank you.
Hey, so you just said something so important. Hold on, I'm going to log out from work for a couple minutes because you have said this like a few shows ago this week, and I had to say something about it. About being like needy to your husband of attention and compliments.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really funny because my husband and I were just talking about that a few days ago. About like my husband and I were not sweet to each other. We found it so strange. Like if we were like sweet to each other.
Like sweet, you
know,
said?
And I don't. Yeah, like like lovey-dovey, like calling each other baby or like names like that. Like we don't do that, right?
If I may ask, since the beginning?
We met when I was very young. I was 17, and at the beginning, I was like that.
Makes sense.
I was
stages.
Like I was focused on the superficial thing of being a woman, right? Like just being beautiful, but I was an airhead. Like I had absolutely nothing else to offer him. Right? And we actually separated. We did separate it for years, and that's the reason why I'm here in Guatemala, because we were both completely different people. We weren't like in God, and up to today, people judge us for that all the time. Like people can't let go of the past.
That you guys separated?
But,
are you saying that you're back together or something?
Yeah, we came back together a few years ago, like a couple years ago. And but it's really incredible, like when you don't let your emotions rule you, right? When you don't base yourself in emotions and you go by logic, how much better a relationship can be. Because we stopped being what society would call sweet to each other. But I feel like we have a deeper connection. Like I can actually have a conversation with him. Like we can talk for hours, right? About God or about, we don't talk about that much about politics because I'm a woman. I don't believe we should be involved in that. But we like to like have intellectual conversations with each other, right? Once in a while, he would stop like suddenly and he would tell me, "Hey, you look beautiful today." And I feel like that means way more than being every day, "Oh, he didn't call me beautiful. He's not calling me pet names, you know." But like if you compare to when we were kids, because I mean we met when we were kids, you know, now we're full grown adults.
Right.
I much rather have this any day than what we had when we were teenagers, you know?
Right on.
So
and why?
I think that you're very right. Why? Because it gets to a different level to get to know the person. It's not superficial. You don't have to give words of affirmation to know that you love the person that you're with. Not obsessed, not in a superficial way, but it's a different type of love.
Right. That makes sense to me, Flor. I mean, I see it as stages and all that. There's stages and épocas. There's different epochs of your life individually in a relationship. The butterflies when you meet, and I think all these stages are natural, and that's fine. And go through them and enjoy them and all that. But it seems like everyone I know, my age and younger, and the world and media, it seems like everywhere I look, when I look at the world to define love, they call love what we're talking about. It's like I have to conclude. I'm looking at my life and I'm thinking, at some point there's got to be more. No, not what I mean by that is, at some point. Like it's okay if we got it. It's okay if we did all the lovey-dovey and like that was the first stage. But at some point we grow up, right? At some point we we get past that, right? That's just how I always saw it.
Yeah. You know, my dad gave me an advice one time, and he was very right about it. She's like, Flor, anybody can fall in love. Anybody. You know, the rush that you feel at the beginning, the butterflies, I can't stop thinking about him, and all that, as intense as it is at the beginning, it can also go away quickly. Yeah. But when you pass that stage, you really, it just becomes something else. It just becomes, I don't think about my husband 24/7, you know. I have a job, I have things to do. But whenever we video chat, like we don't even video chat each other every single day. You know, we do it like 2 or 3 times a week. But when we do, you can see the connection. And the connection is not based in compliments. It's not based on just that superficial stuff, you know. I truly enjoy talking to him because we can talk about everything and we can have arguments. And we like to like debate about certain topics, you know, because our cultures are different. So sometimes certain things are just different mindsets, right? But even though we have grew up in different cultures and so many things have happened throughout our life, we connect. And I find a lot, when love is peace, that's love. When love is chaos, tons of emotion, the nervousness, the butterflies, that is chaos, and it doesn't make you think straight. But when you have the time to, when you tend to have this connection with this other human being that understands you, that when he invests his time in you, it's because he truly wants to talk to you. When he encouraged you to be better, because my husband is always encouraging me to do better. You know, he's never like asking me to do worse, right? We might have made our mistakes like, 15 years ago? But nowadays, he's always trying to look out for me, you know, like do this way, because I know that he cares. So I try to follow him, you know, and we're kind of like still in that stage where I am truly surrendering myself to him and trusting him that he will lead, you know, because sometimes I am kind of a rebel and I'm like, wait, why? You know, and I'm learning to not question him anymore. And people call him all the time misogynist, the Flor is being oppressed. And I'm like, I'm not being oppressed. You know, like, I'm not. I'm just following my husband. He's a
you're married.
He's more intelligent.
And you're married is really kind of how I see it. It was an agreement to that. You agreed, okay, you'll take the lead here. And that tell me if you disagree, Flor. Tell me if I'm off base here. But this leading goes beyond making a decision if we should buy a car. But it goes to like who we're associating with. Who are maybe I'm not explaining myself, but I'm saying that it goes beyond like that. It goes to like, in my opinion, like you just said, and a lot of women I think would hear you say that and think that is out of control. That is like you're being oppressed, like you just said. But you just said it right there. You said, I'm learning to not question him. And I feel like people would hear that and think that's crazy. Can you explain what you mean by that? Are you saying, Flor, you have no mind? Like, help us understand what you mean by that.
Of course I have a mind. I have my own thoughts and stuff. But what I mean is that I am learning to trust him into the way that whenever I will make a life decision, whenever I'm going to, even what you just said, socially make a decision, I'm going to go to him first. For example, before I started calling into the shows, I asked him, hey, Josh, do you think I can call into the shows? And awesome. He said, yeah, you can do it, you know. But the moment that he will tell me to stop calling into the shows, then I will stop doing it. Because something is not right into his eyes, and I trust that he's right about that. You know,
that is so interesting. I like that a lot.
And that we have to be careful too, you know, because that's why we women also have to learn how to choose the
I was
man
just
that
about
you're
to say.
gonna be with.
I was just about to say. Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Very fascinating stuff here. You know, it's some of these maybe some basics. Some of these. I don't know if I should call them basics, but I look at the people at my age and younger. I look at the world we were brought up in, and it's like we have no chance. Listen, the things you're saying, Flor. My cohort does not speak this way. You got to understand that. You see what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Like even let's say obviously the today's generation, my age cohort and younger, this idea of obeying, that's off the deep end. Obviously that's for them, it's off the deep end. That's not that's not a surprise for us. But something as simple as women, you have to choose better for this very reason, right? You would think something like that's not crazy. Even today's woman would agree with something like that, right? But I gotta say, Flor, I'm thinking about my age cohort, and they don't speak that way. Something that sounds so sensible, like you gotta pick better, is not in the thinking. Okay, but I love him is in the thinking.
Definitely. No, I get what you're saying. But you know, I have come down to the conclusion that the reason why this is happening is because we're living in a very superficial world, the way that we women are brought up into this world. I was born in 1992, okay? And I remember seeing all these movies like Cinderella, Snow White, and Barbie movies, and everything was around this fantasy on what love is. So now you find yourself with women of my age that are 30 and plus, 40 and plus, 50 and plus, with an idea still of a childlike type of love. They want to be called beautiful all the time, but they don't even want to cook. They want to be called, they want to be getting that princess treatment, but they don't want to do really anything besides just being beautiful and give what their present. It has to be. There has to be more than that, you know. Like there is a reason why you see so many marriages failing. So many now having a relationship is like having a new toy.
Yeah.
You know, let's see if it works. You know, like
it's this thing I just added. It's this thing I added to my life. You know, I do yoga on Fridays. I have my Netflix subscription, and I just recently got a boyfriend. You know what I mean, or a girlfriend.
Exactly.
No, it's like
exactly.
I'm starting to see how I still don't quite see, even myself, the gravity of that. It's a whole new life. You're giving up, kind of like certain things. You
really do. You're giving up your independence because somebody else is going to be next to you all the time.
And a kid.
In kid, you know, like especially if you have a kid, like say goodbye to your independence for like the next 18 years, you know. But
sorta.
Ain't
nobody gonna keep me down. Anyways, I'm messing around. Flora. Last thing you want to say so we can move the wheels here?
Yes, love is like leukemia. For you to receive, you're gonna have to give something, and it has to be as equal as what you're receiving, what you're gonna give up.
Thank you, Flor. Appreciate your call. Call me again.
Bye, Nick. You have a good weekend.
Bye.
Mom is in the kitchen, cooking up something good. And Daddy's on the sofa, pride of the neighborhood. My brother's in the ballet, it seems he's got it set. And I'll be up at midnight with...
How you doing, Carver? Welcome. Finish your work. Nice. Just work on yourself, okay? You'll find somebody. It'll be added to you if it's supposed to be. And what'll be nice is you'll still be a man. I guess. You'll be an individual, or at least you'll stay working at it. You won't give up on that, even if you get married. You know, that's what matters. Just what I talk about is this individual. I'm not married, so I talk about life this way, and honest, whatever I see honestly here. Let's move on. Passport bros, look, check this out. Wait, how do I want to do this? You know, I had this in between passport bros, this story. I guess we could mention this real quick. Adam 22, Kanye West. If you know Kanye West, and first, if you know Adam 22, he's this guy right here. This is the guy who's married to this lady in the middle. Sorry. They do pornography together. That's what they do. Kanye West, as you heard me mention yesterday about possibly dropping Yeezy branded pornography. It's shocking to the people right now. I mean, don't be shocked by the world, okay? But it's shocking the Christians. It's shocking his fans, and I don't know. What is funny about this, though, is Adam 22, someone who has experience with his wife, you know, in the industry, actually came out to advise Kanye West. He's given him some advice. Porn star Adam 22 advised Kanye that making his wife Sensori star in porn videos with other men as part of his new X-rated company might precipitate a public backlash despite possibly strengthening their marital bond. Whew, lot to unpack in just that. You know, if it's going to strengthen you despite all odds, where's this apprehension coming from, Adam 22? It made your, well, I guess he said possibly strengthening. You know, you're running a risk here. You could not survive this, and Adam 22 is warning him. I've always found that interesting. What I find, and by always found that interesting, I mean I've always found. Have you noticed that people warn? You ever notice how? You ever notice that? You ever notice like how, for example, a smoker. You ever hang around with smokers, and they smoke, and you hang around with them, and someone maybe younger, fresher to the group or something, is with the smokers and is like, "Hey, let me have a smoke." Yeah, I don't really smoke. No, I don't really smoke. What are the smokers? What's their vibe? Their response? I don't know if you disagree. Tell me where I'm wrong here, but I've always seen this response. The smokers always warn them. It was like, "Hey, maybe you don't want this. Maybe you don't want to do it." It's sometimes a weak warning. It's like but there's always a little bit of a, "Don't do it. You may not be ready. You may not, ooh," you know what I mean? Like, you may not be ready for this road that you're embarking on. Because look at me. I can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Based menthol smokers. I've always found that interesting that the how should I put it? Don't misunderstand me don't misunderstand me here. I'm not saying that smoking is a sin or that they're sinners for smoking. But isn't that funny about the sinner? Some part about them knows that they are in prison. Some part of you knows that you are not free. I think that's my opinion. So I think that's just my opinion, but I feel like some part of that is in this. Adam 22 speaking from experience. I would assume that probably Kanye would not want to be dealing with that BS that comes from your wife doing porn. Yeah, a lot of BS comes from that, buddy. But anyways, it could just be a shallow thing. Like, hey, maybe you don't want the mess. That was just a little thing I guess I was going to mention. I wanted to mention this thread here that I found funny for some reason. It was about passport bros. Do you know what a passport bro is? And you can call in, of course, 760-515-3855. Passport bros are, let's get a definition. Let's see if we can get a definition. But basically, it's a man who finds love in a foreign country. They've mainly chosen to forego the women in their native country. And this has to do with Western women. This is like in Western countries only. There are no I don't think there's passport bros in other countries, but in the West, there are some men who say, not worth it. Women today are unmarriable. There are out of control ego trip. So we're going to get some from some of these submissive women from Asia and these other countries, usually poorer countries. So they can find a more authentic, fulfilling, and harmonious relationship. Isn't that funny? What's funny about that, I guess, is the commentary on women in America, in the West. But also their blindness. There's a, in my opinion, blind. Yeah, you might find someone who's not would want to stay home and not work and would stay home with the kids. You find someone like that in another country, I'm sure, for a number of reasons. They haven't really leaned into the modern way, which is the woman liberated, the Western shiny culture, that shiny Western culture of the tantalizing Western culture of the liberated woman and everybody. Love is love. So it's in those countries, sure, where women maybe almost out of necessity or whatever are treated differently, right? So you see, they probably will find a modicum of success in that way, but they're so shallow, these passport bros. What they don't understand is that the women in the West are not that far from being they're pretty much the same as these women that they're going after. Let me explain what I mean. They're thinking that these women in these other countries are so submissive and harmonious and da-da-da. But all they are is good at making the man happy, so to speak, because they have to. I guess I'm rambling on that, but let me make this clear. What I'm trying to say is that I think these passport bros see a bigger gap between the women over these foreign women and the women here. But really, they want the same thing that these foreign women want. And I'm not saying that makes them good women. I'm just saying that that's the most basic, shallow thing that all women want. A man, a family, you know what I mean? Somewhere, a stable place to make kids. It's the most basic thing, even with these out of control Western women. That still exists. That even exists even in the Western women, but it's perverted. Okay, you see them having their dogs, or they do have a man, but the man is they flipped the roles and they're miserable. I know I'm making generalizations and rambling, but listen, I'm trying to say that what the men and what the passport bros don't realize is that they have within them this force to conquer the woman, in a sense. They have it in them, and that's why you can't get mad at Andrew Tate. Call me back. I'll get to calls. That's why you can't get mad at Andrew Tate telling men you're gay if you're just having sex to feel good. Oh my God, all that feel good sex and no bloodline. You have no family to show for it. So you're just getting your willies off. That's what you're getting. You're getting your pleasures off. How childish and girly can you be? You can't get mad at Andrew Tate saying these things. He's just a manosphere. He's not a Christian and all. You can't get mad at him when he's saying these things. You have this within you, and you don't have to go to another country because, by the way, newsflash, it's a little worse because they hide it better. These foreign women, you're not ready for them. They're shrewd. Okay, they have many motivations. A big one is, I don't know, citizenship. That's just a vapid, shallow one. But you see what I'm saying here? These foreign women are not that different, is what I'm trying to say. You think they're so different, but they're not that different. It's all just veneer. They're just a different flavor. I think Western men will do better with Western women, as far gone as it may be. This is your story, or our story. This is the fight you got to deal with. This is the This is what you're dealing with. You understand? And I think you'll do better with these Western women, bringing them out of that hell while dealing with your hell, because that's the only way to do it. You can't really save anybody. But bringing these Western, I think you're going to have a better time dealing with that. Bringing the Western women out of hell than going out and getting a foreign woman. And only if they're willing, right? Okay, caller, your name and where you call. Oh, we just lost you there. They're not that different. So you're just incurring more hell here, okay? Deal with that. If you're gonna deal with hell, if you're gonna get married and deal with that hell, deal with the hell at home. Deal with domestic hell, the domestic hell. These foreign women, not what you think.
From Jacob Hudson.
And we'll get to Jacob here in a second. But why am I talking about passport bros? Because this tweet went viral here. This tweet. Hey, Jake, I'm about to get to you. Hold on. This tweet went viral. It's this guy is saying, okay, so he posted this. He said, pretty soon we're going to be able to passport bro to Japan. Okay. And he posted 2 photos of a Japanese woman on the right and the United States dollar. How much a Japanese yen, how much United States dollars it equals to. Showing the economic downfall of Japan. You know, when you couple this with the cultural emptiness of Japan, the falling birth rates of Japan, you understand the comedy here. What this person was saying is, pretty soon Japan will be like Thailand and these other poor Asian countries. You know what's happening to Japan? They are having such a low birth rate. The ministers and all that are considering letting in a huge influx of immigration so that they can keep their society going. They're on a fast track to be the high walls of the Garden of Eden of Japan, where they kept their racial homogeneity, where the women were racists. They wanted to marry Japanese men. Will soon be Thailand, overrun with passport bros. Look, the Japanese people have discovered this tweet. They're saying Westerners are buying Japanese women at low prices. I saw that tweet and started crying. I learned about a new concept called passport bro. Japan, don't let the passport bros in. Birdie Bound Brian asks, Nick, how do you know if they are willing? You don't know, but you ask, okay? And at least you're in a better position. You're at least on your way. You date for a while, so you really get to know each other, but at least you ask. Okay, and if she says she's not willing to obey if you get married, at least you already got that out of the way. You can move on. And that's most women today. So that's why I'm saying that about women, okay? Don't get mad at me, ladies. That's why I'm saying that about the women, because it's the most women today. Ergo, unmarriable. Sorry. Okay, we got Jake. How you doing, Jake? Appreciate you calling.
Hey, what's up? Sorry I didn't call on American Anchor Baby show this week. I didn't want to deal with the call greeter.
Hey, no problem. I know you and the call greeter have an ongoing, almost an ongoing feud. Maybe is that fair to call it a feud? I don't want to call it a feud.
No, it's me. It's me not wanting to deal with people while I'm trying to call on a show. And he asks like so many questions, but I know that it's a professional show.
Totally.
I know that show is a professional show, the Jesse Lee Peterson show, Monday through Friday.
Nice.
My time is 8 to 11 because I live in Central.
It's no problem. Sean is just trying to do his job.
Yeah, listen, I understand. I understand that there's
For sure.
jobs and stuff, but I want to talk about today. I want to say this. Number one, the yen. Can we cuss on the show, or is it going to get bleeped? Or
No, I mean on the nighttime show, I don't bleep anything. I'm not encouraging it, but I'm not gonna go around bleeping stuff. So speak freely. Don't worry about it.
Ian is turned into a pile of manure.
What is turning into a pile of manure?
Yen, Japanese yen.
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
Because here's the thing, it takes 100 yen just to make $1.
Why do you think that is? What's going on with Japan? I know some stuff, but what's going on? What's so bad with Japan right now?
The only thing I can tell is their economy. You know, now there's a lot of vending machines over there. I think, but there's also other problems that we don't know about in Japan.
You're saying it's a friggin' vending machine economy?
Yeah.
What a mess. But I don't know much about Japanese economics and stuff, but I have some idea of their culture, and they seem to be dealing with similar things we're dealing with.
Nick, last week you played my song.
I did.
Thank you so much. It was, you know, for me, and then I made the Chris Hansen song too when I did yours. Or you played the Chris Hansen song last week.
I did that as well. We had to. We could not. We could not go on without listening to it.
Yeah, and I also want to say a big shout out to Jesse and them. You were actually on the Dr. Phil show before.
You saw me there?
Yeah.
I was sitting next to Jesse.
Yeah.
Funny stuff, man.
How was it? You know, I have friends that said that Dr. Phil doesn't even talk to the guest. He has his team talk to the guest.
Well, I think so. But he was talking to his guests when they're filming. He is talking to the guests when they're filming.
Yeah, but when they're not filming, I heard Anthony Haskins talks to a lot of them off screen, off the show.
Say that again.
Anthony Haskins does what you guys Anthony Haskins and all them do the same thing you guys do on the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
Oh, nice. Right on, Jake.
Sorry.
No. Keep going. What are you saying? Sorry, I got distracted for a second. My apologies.
What is your job on the Jesse Lee Peterson show?
Well, I mean, I help in many different ways at this point. Since I don't produce the show anymore, Sean handles that. I kind of help any way I can with production and technical stuff, engineering stuff. I contribute in some ways by appearing and editing stuff. But I definitely help out any way I can.
Ramen challenge. You did the hot ramen challenge with Joel.
Big time.
You know, Joel's actually a good person. Shout out to Joel. Shout out to Hassan, I think the guy's name is.
Big time, yeah. Hassan. Haas.
Yeah, and
going crazy. Honestly, I don't do ish.
Hey, we gotta get you on the shows on my podcast soon. Because
I'm gonna respond to your email, Jake.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Nick, thanks in the chat.
Yeah, I don't do ish.
James Hake watches your show.
You said that. Say that again.
Hake watches your show.
He does. He's in the chat every now and then. I see him in the chat.
But he sometimes, you know, because he's already he's a sub on my channel, on my D-Live channel, but he's never there.
You know, Hake can't be. We want Hake to be in all places at once. You know, omnipresent in all chats, but it can't always be that way.
Yeah, but the thing is, Hake was a good guest. Hake was a very good guest. By the way, Hake is a hate watcher.
Jake reading chat while talking to the anchor baby.
Shout out to Lord BB42.
Nice. Well, thanks, Jake. Last thing you want to say before we move the wheels here?
All right. I got something I gotta say.
No way. You know, I was even aware. You know, you were saying, I saw you in the chat. You told me to be. That was a good one. That was a good one. See, I even set him up. See, the thing is, I was setting myself up to defend myself from a click like that. I was trying to defend myself. You understand? That's why I said to him, last thing you want to say, Jake? See, I was getting all prepared. To have control over the call, but he got me again.
Right.
Anyways, I got another caller. Your name and where you calling from?
This is Anchor Baby. My name is Ron. How you doing?
Hey, Ron. Thank you for calling.
I love you. I love you guys. Honestly, I don't follow men. I like messages, and I've been getting, and I know it's like a thing with you guys with spirituality and stuff.
Sorry, it's hard to hear you, man. Can you? Are you on speakerphone or something?
All right, hold on 1 second, brother. I'm coming closer to the phone so you can get cut.
Thank you.
Hello, is that better?
Way better.
All right, so yeah, like I'm kind of a spiritualist person. I have a belief in God. I'm not as deep as you guys are, but
no,
I honestly
don't say that.
I honestly believe that you guys believe in y'all message. Like, there's certain things that I see out here with people, and this is like, I'm not going for it. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? So when I'm dealing with you guys, there's something about listening to you guys. Agree or disagree, I believe you honestly feel like what you're saying out your mouth. You're not trying to just get views or peddle any snake oil, as they say.
Thank you. I mean, I definitely try, and I want to just say what I know. I definitely try to just say what I know, what I see, and then if I'm ever wrong, if I ever see that I was just talking ish, I try to also make that clear and tell my audience, hey, I don't know what the heck I was saying there.
Yeah,
so I try and do that.
I like you, man. I like your cadence of speech and everything. But I got some tips mainly for like hate and hate, mainly for hate, because hate is saying something that's very, very, very close to what I think, but the articulation's not there. But this is a homework assignment for all the JLP underlings, because I don't think Jesse would be moved by this.
Okay.
But when y'all talking to black people, and there's some of the things people were saying, and I kind of laugh and think I'm being racist for saying this, but I think it's because you guys aren't black, or maybe I'm a real hood person. That's another thing. Like, most of the black people that call you are not hood people like that. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying.
I'm following.
People that call you are mildly.
Are you calling them domestic?
Yeah, like they. No.
Are you saying they domestic?
I don't do that, brother. But you close.
I'm joking. I'm messing around. I wouldn't ask you to go out calling another man domestic. I wouldn't want you doing that. Okay, so I'm just messing around.
I know domestication, but it's like really good comedian. A really good comedian is Paul Mooney. I would hope that you please be serious when I'm saying this.
No, I know Paul Mooney. He's funny.
Listen to some of his things. Like
he's kind of he always gave me. Can I say this though about Paul Mooney? I mean, I always thought he was somewhat funny, but his comedy was, in my opinion, really held back for me. It just seemed like his distaste and anger for society and the world, it would just seep through, and it wouldn't be funny. It's just like, oh, this is not a joke, and it's like the room's not laughing anymore, Paul. Jeez.
and it'd be like, and like a lot of stuff that people say to you guys that are coming like these little racial cookie cutter comments that people say to you, and I'm really saying about the black people, because we are really stuck on this racism thing, and we are really stuck on looking at everything but ourselves to do something right.
I don't want to be cookie cutter. Right, can you think about what I mean by that? Is I don't want to just be throwing out statements without awareness and not thinking. Is there one that you can think of? You saying? You know what I mean? Is there one I would like to grow? You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be the same person just throwing out unaware cookie cutter statements.
All right, the best statement that came from him that people use, and I swear black people love media so much we don't know where it came from, is he say blacks can't be racist. I heard that. I'm almost 40 years old. I heard that when I was a little boy from him. And my family, we always thought that was funny. And now people really say and believe that. And like, it's amazing how much comes from media. Like if we have a problem in my city. I'm from the lovely city of Baltimore. We have a problem in the city that nobody can figure out. But it's a whole TV show where the people in the show are doing what the problem in the city is. We black people, we see something on TV, we start doing it. Like, I want to talk to Jesse because it's an older black man I conversate with, and he said black people didn't start calling themselves black until James Brown put out "I'm Black and I'm Proud," and I'm like, it's like back then how we used to look at media and get inspiration from is very different than now. But as black people, we still go to media to look for things. Like anytime you want to be slick or whatever, you just watch the latest TV show where it's something like the guy that's the star of the show, and you fit in. And that has to stop because that's where our brainwashing is coming from. When I was a kid, I was taught to never worship or idolize an actor. And the actors really shouldn't be giving us political advice and stuff like that. And now it's like, those are the people we get our political advice from.
Man, you're making so much sense. I really am hearing you now, and that is why I really. There's many things I may not totally understand, but on this thing that Jesse says about being an individual, it's just the truth, man. So I really appreciate him saying that. That's why I guess I do what I do, because everybody will benefit from that. And we look at the blacks here and we talking about and all that. When you ask me, I'm really appreciative at the same time because through the blacks, I've seen so much about my own family and myself, and society and the world at large.
Oh, they don't like my way I'm speaking. But anyway, like I like messing with you guys and listen to you guys while I'm driving on the road. I'm on the road all day. I'm going to try to catch you and call you. I'm usually busy, but I really enjoy your content and the research. But
hey, you know Giovanni Patterson in Baltimore?
Who?
Giovanni Patterson.
Giovanni
Patterson. He was someone that was on the Jesse Lee Peterson show who was running for city council in Baltimore at one point.
Oh Lord! Wait a minute now. You. All right now. I went to a high school in here, and like five people I think came from this high school. And Brandon Scott came from a different high school. My mayor. This is why I said that thing about that TV show. It's that TV show. My mayor is doing what that guy is doing on that TV show. It's just something about it. But Baltimore, we gonna make it too. Like I like that Jesse here because I believe in whipping folk into shape. You know what I mean? So I don't understand how you going. I know it's cruel. Excuse me, everybody, but you gotta beat a horse to ride it. You cannot sit here and just think that a baby come out with his ignorance and that baby gonna grow up to be a divine individual with no guidance. Like that's why he would say the Lord is my shepherd, because he keep you from going the wrong way, keep you on the right path. But like Baltimore, our city council, everything we kind of messed up over here.
Hey, I do appreciate your call. It's a little hard to hear you. Maybe you can call me back sometime. But I mean, what we got there, I appreciate it, sir. Stuff to think about, man. Can I speak to Sean? Can you say that again?
Can I speak to Sean real fast?
Oh, Sean's not even here. I wouldn't have any way of transferring you to him anyways.
Oh, I got a money-making idea for you guys. I'm going to hold on to it because y'all, it's something that y'all do every day.
Producer at JesseLeePeterson.com, man. Don't hesitate to email that, because if you got something for us that could help us, it would be hugely appreciated. Don't hesitate. Producer at JesseLeePeterson.com. Email that.
And it's going to be low over here. You guys are already the product. It's going to be low over here. So I'm gonna email him, and I'm going to sit here and write it down right. That way it makes sense, because sometimes it's harder to understand what a person means than that.
No problem, man. Thank you so much for your call. Call me again.
All right, thanks.
Take care.
All right, you too.
One more sleepless night, then book the cheapest flight, buy my head some space to clear. No time to cut and run. I can't think about what I've done to get me here.
760-515-3855.
Miles off the ground with no clouds to be seen. Give me some air that's cold and clean. Love can't bring me down when I've taken myself way out of reach.
What do you all know about the name Shereé Reed? What y'all know about the name Shereé Reed? I think I have to show you one of the most amazing bass videos on YouTube. I keep coming back to it. I think we got to show you the Shereé Reed video. This is a video. If you haven't seen this, you got to watch this. So this video has rocked the bass community for over 10 years, 15 years now. In fact, I saw this video years ago. And I've been watching it constantly ever since. Like every year I come back, every couple of months I come back to it.
To accept, press.
But let's show a little love to the calls here. Caller, your name and where are you coming from?
Susan.
Hey, what's up, Susan? Thanks for calling. How you doing? You're on the air.
I'm doing well, thanks.
Are you on speakerphone by chance?
1 second. Better?
Way better, thank you.
How's it going, Nick?
All is well, Susan. Thanks for your call. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
This. I don't know, Nick. I want to talk about those videos, the single mom videos on the JLP show.
Can you give us a little reminder on the single mom video? What it was?
Yeah. Earlier today, JLP was showing videos about single moms and how they chose to not have a dad. Like they
actively chose to be a single, to not have a father to the child, meaning they decided to get pregnant on purpose and not have a man in the picture.
That's what I.
I must have totally missed that. That sounds crazy. Let me pull it up. Was it from today?
It was from today. It was some like footage from Baltimore or something, and the woman was acting reckless with her birth control, and she was a nurse.
Oh, yeah. So a documentary called 1982 Special Report Single Mothers. The documentary delves into the reasons behind growing number of single women. Was it all that?
Yeah.
Reporter Donna Martin visits 5 women from diverse backgrounds in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area, all of whom made the decision to become single mothers. They openly discuss the economic and emotional realities of raising a child alone. I must have been absorbed into something else. Describe what those women were talking about a little bit for our viewers here. Or at least the part that you remember and you want to kind of talk about.
Well, it just messed me up a lot because
we could almost hear it in your voice.
Yeah, it messed me up big time.
It messed you up big time. I almost have to look for this clip and pull it up. But go on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not black. I'm white, and I'm in my mid-30s, and I have a kid, and I'm married. No, my husband said divorced.
Oh, he said you're divorced?
No.
The husband you're married to, who's next to you, said you're divorced?
Yeah, my husband said we're divorced. He said soon we're divorced because.
Why is he saying that?
Yeah, because it's a mess. It's a whole mess, Nick.
You're saying your marriage is a mess?
Yeah, big time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, huge. Yeah,
okay, so let's keep it clear what we're talking about here. You wanted to comment on the single mother's video. You're saying it's got you messed up. You're also mentioning
huge.
You're mentioning maybe even something you're going through personally here. Don't put out too much of your personal info if you don't want to.
No, I won't.
But okay, go ahead. What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about first here? Speak freely.
Well, I feel like such a so much of a screw up, and I listen to this network, and I spiral. I spiral into like suicidal ideation, basically, and I don't know what to do about it.
And what part of? Please don't let me cut you off. You were about to say something.
No.
What is it about? What part of the? So you're listening to the network and you're spiraling into suicidal ideation. Can you kind of describe that a little bit? Like, make it a little bit more granular for us. When that happened, what were you listening to, and what did you hear, and then that brought on the thoughts, that brought on that those ideation.
Well, because it's like I'm a woman, and I'm evil, and that's all it's like a rotation record on repeat, and I don't know what to do about it. And I had a child, and I'm educated, and I married somebody who, I don't even know what to say. Because I made a baby before I was married, and I rushed off to Las Vegas to get married before the baby was born.
Wow, what a mess!
Exactly.
Sounds like a bunch of mess.
Exactly. and then I listen to this network all the time, and
what have you learned?
Know, there's no way. Say that again. I cut you off.
I cut you off. My apologies. But you're listening to the network, and what have you learned from listening to the network that's caused you doing this?
There's nothing positive. I don't know what to do about it. I hear all day from the network that I'm evil. I'm the source of all evil in the world.
You, Susan? I've never met you. That's the first time I've talked to you.
No, I know, but it's just women are the source of evil, and.
But you think we're talking about you, Susan?
Nothing can be. No.
I bring this up because you're not the only one, Susan. A lot of people listen to the shows, and they get this sudden impression that the person is talking about them. And I know you're not saying that you literally think I'm talking about Susan, but you get this like flash, you get this emotional flash, like, oh my God, he's talking about me. Is that fair to say?
But you are. But JLP is, and he's right, and I don't know what to do about it. That's my whole thing. Totally. I'm too embarrassed to call into JLP because I'm ashamed.
And what are you ashamed about?
I'm ashamed of my sin, I guess. I'm too scared to call him personally.
How long you been listening?
Many years.
Really? So have you ever heard Jesse say, maybe at least one time, that, for example, that it's not you, that it's the spirit that's made a home in the woman, not really the woman herself?
No, I actually didn't get that message, Nick. I got that message that men can do whatever they want and women are evil.
Really?
Yeah, I do get
that's the message you get from the network? And
yeah.
Can you tell me something we've said that gives you that impression that we're saying men can do whatever they want and women are evil?
I can't give you a specific example.
Okay.
But I guess that's my problem.
Okay, well, I really want to understand here. I want to learn, okay? Because so there's nothing you can think of, like one thing you can think of that we're saying that's giving you that impression that we're saying, because that's a really bold claim, and I gotta say I can't think of a single thing anyone on the network is saying that would make you think that we're saying that. It's all
about mothers. It's about the motherhood thing. Mm-hmm.
And what about the mother commentary makes you say? And I'm loving this conversation, by the way. Thank you. I hope you are too. What about the mother conversation? What's one thing that we're saying about the mother conversation, for example, that's got you saying what you're saying, so that we can zero in on this? Let's figure this out.
Nick, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's too true to It's too true it's too true for comfort.
What's
There
too
is
true
no
for comfort?
love. It's too true for comfort. Mothers don't love their children. There is no love in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a true statement. And it's hard for people to admit. And it's hard
Totally.
for me to admit even. I'm sorry to say.
I understand. Let me ask you this. So is that statement that you said about, it sounds like you guys are saying, you just said that the family, there's no love.
There's no
So
love.
so the men too.
Zero. I'm sorry?
Do you think we're saying that men have love?
Oh, I guess men do, yeah.
No, but it's not. So we're following your statements, right? You're saying that it's just too true. It's painful. It's a painful thing to contend with, but it is. But you are agreeing that that it's true, that there's no love, the women have no love, the mothers have no love, right? So so far we're following. From that, do you think we're saying that in this scenario we're describing, the men do have love?
I guess, yeah.
Do you think that's what we're saying?
Sure.
And what part of what we're saying makes you think that?
I guess because whatever Jesse says is like the man gets his love from God and
right.
Blah blah blah.
But he tells the men to
know?
forgive. No, you've been listening for years. What does he tell the men to do?
Forgive, right?
Why do they have to forgive?
I'm not. It's just. I've been doing this. I forgave, and it didn't work. So.
What were you thinking was going to happen when you forgave?
I'm not sure, Nick. I'm angry. I'm still
well, tell
angry,
us what you're thinking. We
why.
got some time. We got some time here. No, you don't feel rushed. Work it out. You saying I forgave and it didn't work. What were you thinking was going to happen?
I'm not sure. And then I listened to this network, and I perpetually listen to how evil I am, and I agree with it, by the way. But there's no resistance there. I 100% agree that I'm evil.
So you agree with us?
Yes.
You think we're saying men? Do you think we're saying men are not evil?
Well, no, I don't think men are evil.
But do you think that's what we're saying? Do you think that's part of our message? Are we saying men are not evil? Is that our messaging?
Men can do whatever they want and get away with it, and women just have to accept it.
You really think that's our message? And you agree with that message, right?
Yeah, yep.
You agree with that message?
And I'm having resentment.
But why would you have resentment? Why would you have resentment over a message you agree with?
I'm not sure. I'm confused.
Maybe you don't agree with it. Are you lying?
I don't know. I'm confused. I feel
let's calm down and slow down, Susan. Slow down, Susan. Just slow down. Speak to me with just speak what you know and what you truly think. You don't have to give me any bond answers. You don't have to give me any answers at all. Speak freely, because so far you've told me that you agree with us, and you also said part of our messaging is men can do no wrong, and women just got to accept whatever men do, and that's part of our messaging that you agree with. Do you see how there's a logical disconnect there? How can you have resentment and conflict over a message that you agree with? Are you following me so far?
No.
Okay.
What
I'm trying to say is it sounds like you don't quite agree with that messaging, because if you agreed with the message of, which by the way is not our message. I don't know if I've made that clear. That's not our message at all. But let's say you did it. Let's say, so right now, as of now, you believe that is our message. Let's say that was our message and you believe that. If you believe that and you truly believe that men can do no wrong, why would you call me about it? Why would you feel any conflict about that at all?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to do what's right, and whatever I'm listening to day in and day out, it's not helping me.
Right, because I don't know are you following so far what I've asked you? Because it doesn't sound like there's a logical disconnect with what you're saying. Because you're at one point saying you're on one side saying that there's a messaging here that you have no problem with it. You agree with it wholeheartedly. And yet you're having a conflict with it. Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe, here, let me make this simpler. Do you believe men can do wrong?
No.
You truly don't believe men can do wrong?
No, because I heard Jesse say it on the air to my husband.
See, I don't think you're being honest. I don't think you're being honest. I
I'm
don't think
no,
you really believe that.
I'm being honest, Nick.
And here's the reason why. Here's the reason why I think that. Look, because listen, no logical person would talk the way you're talking. Listen, let me put it like this. 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 Do you? It just doesn't make sense. Just because you heard someone say something to your husband, it doesn't sound like a standard of belief. It sounds like you're mad about that. It doesn't sound like you like that.
I'm mad.
It doesn't
I'm
sound
mad.
like
I'm
it doesn't
mad.
sound like you like that Jesse said that to your husband.
I'm mad.
And
I'm
you're
mad,
just
and
saying,
I
and it
can't
sounds
do
like you're just saying that you believe that men can do no wrong because Jesse said it. But it doesn't sound like you really believe that.
Yeah, I watched my dad cheat on my mother, his entire their
Bingo.
entire marriage. I watched my grandmother.
Why not be honest about that?
Get cheated on their entire
This
marriage.
This is perfect.
You
Now
know,
we're
you
speaking.
get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
I heard. I
It's
see that you're going
okay.
off about.
It's okay.
I hear you going off about stuff about going off about all these other things that I don't really know about. Like, listen. Now we're having a clear conversation, don't you think? Because now we know that you didn't actually believe that. You don't really believe that men can do no wrong, and so it's causing. So you don't have to pretend.
Nick.
I'm telling you, Susan, you don't have to pretend. I say drop that. Don't pretend. If you don't believe that, drop it, and
But
just
Nick,
talk
it
normally.
isn't wrong though, right?
No, we'll get to that. Don't worry, we'll get to that. We got time. We'll get to that. But step one, drop this drama of, I believe men can do no wrong because Jesse said it to my husband and blah, blah, blah. You don't really believe that, right? You're mad that Jesse said that. Correct?
Yeah, I'm mad.
Okay,
I'm
so
really
step
mad.
one, we're happy. This is a good step. Step one, drop the drama because you don't really believe that. You don't really believe men can do no wrong. You're actually mad about that, and you don't like that. You're having conflict with that.
Okay.
Okay, now let's get to this part because so far you still haven't quite shown me or told me where you're getting this messaging from because that's not part of our messaging at all. We tell men to forgive. We say many things about the men. I talk about men all the time, and the things they got to do, the problems they have. We've never once said men can do no wrong, and that is a wrong impression you're getting from it. Where are you getting that impression from?
I don't know. All I do is talk. All I do when I watch your programming is, especially like Joel Friday and the terrible programming about horrible mothers.
But you agree with that, no?
It makes me want to commit suicide.
Well, why would you commit suicide over something you agree with?
I literally, I had those problems before, and it doesn't matter.
What problems did you have
now.
before?
I was depressed. I'm a depressed white person,
Wait, slow down for me, Susan. You said you used to have these problems before. What problems?
Like depression, anxiety.
You don't have those problems anymore?
Problems. Oh yeah, big time.
So you do have those problems, or you don't? Because you were saying you used to have those problems.
Yeah, I had those problems since I was like.
So do you have them still now?
Huge.
Okay.
Huge.
Okay, I'm following. So what was the other thing you were asking me about? I'm
not sure. I just watched your programming, and not you.
Is your husband does your husband watch the Bond Network or something?
Yeah, he's the one that taught me about it.
Oh, so he's the guy. So your husband is into the network, and he showed it to you.
He showed it to me, but the thing is,
Interesting.
I'm the one.
And you
I'm
didn't
the
like
one
that? Did you not like Did you not like what you were hearing and all that?
No, I like it, and it makes me sick, and I don't know what to do.
You like it, but it makes you sick?
Yeah,
And what do you like about it?
it makes me sick. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
No, but you said you
work-
like it. You said you like it, but it makes you sick. So
Yeah.
let's deal with one part. What do you like about it?
It's the truth. It's the truth. I want to be at home with my kids, but I can't because I have a job. Do you understand what I'm saying, Nick?
Okay. So why not stay home?
My husband doesn't work. I married a criminal with a felony record.
Oh, interesting.
I'm a horrible person.
You said you're a horrible person?
I'm a really bad person. I'm a really bad person.
And what makes you a bad person?
Because I decided to... I'm a bad person. I'm a bad mother. That's what.
You're not being honest about your life, Susan.
I am.
You don't
being
really
honest.
care about getting better, do you?
I'm
You
being
just want to be
honest with you as I
sarcastic.
can.
You just want to be sarcastic and bash your husband or something.
I'm not being sarcastic.
Because you don't really believe this truth. You don't really believe what you're saying.
That's why I'm calling into you.
Right, and we can have a real conversation as soon as you want to start having a real conversation. But you're telling me, no, I believe what you guys are saying, but I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach because you guys are saying that you're so that women are so evil, and you guys are saying all these crazy things. But no, it's true what you're saying. It's true what you're. Do you see the disconnect there? Do you see that you're not being honest and that you're just doing?
I
some...
am. So should I just quit my job and just magically
you should quit. No.
hope that the bills get paid?
No. What you should quit is all this drama. You got to quit the drama because you have a kid and you have your life to deal with. And it looks like you're in some mess. It looks like you've found yourself in some mess. Sorry, Susan. I'm not to be glib here, but many people find themselves in this very same mess in life. You understand? Many people are in people have made a mess of their lives. Many people have. And many people find themselves in this mess, but the beauty is you can get out of it. So no, you don't quit your job. You don't quit your job because Jesse said that women shouldn't work. No, you got to work. You got to think about your situation. Okay? In an ideal situation, yeah, sure, the woman stays home. But look, you're telling me it looks like you're getting divorced and all that. You got to deal with your life, Susan. No one else is going to do it for you. So what you got to do first is drop this drama of, I have all this pain over what you guys are saying. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You got to drop that drama because that's not helping you. So number one is you got to drop that drama. This dramatic story of what you guys are saying is the truth, but what you guys are saying is the truth, and men can do whatever they want. That's not what we're saying at all, and you must know that at some level. You said you've been listening for years.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Honestly, Susan, I'm saying this because I can see almost so clearly that you are inflicting something to yourself, and I think you don't even see it. You think that maybe it's your husband or Jesse or the world, but you're doing this to yourself. Drop the anger. Anger is evil. Have you heard Jesse say that?
Yeah, I can't
All
get
people
rid
with
of it.
anger.
I can't get rid of it. I tried so hard.
Don't worry. We'll get to that. But have you heard Jesse say that?
Yeah.
That anger is evil. That all people with anger are evil. Have you heard Jesse say that?
I'm so angry.
Have you heard Jesse say that?
I'm so angry.
Have you heard Jesse say?
I'm the most evil person alive.
You got to calm down, Susan. Drop that drama. Stop with the drama. Have you heard Jesse say that all people with anger are evil?
Yes. I am so evil.
Hold up. Stop with the tears and the drama, okay? Have you heard Jesse say that all people with anger are evil?
Yes.
Does all include men?
I don't know.
Oh.
I've never seen a man cry.
Does all include men?
I've never seen a man
Does
cry
all
before,
include men?
I don't know.
That's
I don't
not the
know.
question. I'm asking you, does all when Jesse says that all people with anger are evil, does all include men?
I don't know.
So all of a sudden you don't know if all includes men? You think when
Nick,
Jesse's saying
I can't
all
answer
people
that
with
question.
anger, he's
I've
only
never seen a man cry.
when you hear Jesse say all people with anger are evil, you think he means just women?
Okay, fine. You'll get me in a cave.
I'm not getting you a cave. I'll ask you a question. Do you think when Jesse says that all people with
Fine.
anger are evil, that he means just women?
I don't know where you're going with this.
It's a question.
whatever.
I'll give it to you one more time. Do you think that when
Yes.
because we're getting somewhere. Nice. I appreciate the patience, Susan. See, so you can drop the drama, right? Now you can drop this whole men.
I'm not being dramatic,
No,
Nick.
but hold on.
I'm being honest with you, and you're not being very like.
I'm having a lot of fun with
kind.
this conversation. Don't take the way I speak personally, okay? I talk to this like this to everybody, I think. But look, Susan, I do appreciate your call. So
Okay,
what
bye.
I mean by drop the drama is you see how now that you see what I'm saying, now that you said, okay, fine, I cave in, Nick, you're right. Jesse's not just talking about women. Now you can drop this whole men can do whatever they want and women can do and women have to just take it. Now you can drop that, right?
No, but you know it's true, Nick.
That's not what we're
Like,
saying.
You,
and we
you
just
live in
proved
the
it.
modern
Now
world.
you're going back to
You
that?
must
You
be
want to go
aware.
back to that? You want to go back to hell?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so
you're right. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, I'm joking. But you're not. Are you seriously going back to that though? I mean, if you really are going back to that, do that sincerely. But really, are you going back to? No, it's true, Nick. You guys are saying we just proved otherwise. You were just there with me. Yes or no?
it's okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
So we agree. Jesse's not saying only women, and that was just your own drama and ego.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
Okay, beautiful. I'm saying this because I'm saying all this, Susan, because I mean you called me and thanks for going through this, but I think this what you're going through is what a lot of people are going through, and it's self-inflicted. You're going through this drama, and I don't know your personal life. I don't know your husband. He was trying to get in on the call, says we're getting divorced or whatever. Like whatever. Let him act whatever the way he's acting. You got to deal with your life, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I ask you one last thing?
Yeah.
And I mean, and you feel free to ask me whatever you want to ask me. Why? I was just gonna ask you a question that I don't think I need to. I was just about to ask you, why haven't you gone to your husband with all this, or have you gone to your husband with all this, and what does he say?
That's a dumb question, Nick. I'm gonna hang up now.
Why?
Thanks.
Wait.
It's really cool talking to you.
No way, Susan. I may have said something I didn't mean. Hold on. Maybe we're
No, it's
misunderstanding
okay.
each other.
It was really, really nice talking with you, though.
No, I'm trying to understand. I'm not trying to say anything. That was a sincere question. You don't have to answer.
No,
It was a sincere question. I'm just asking, when you went to your husband with the things that you've brought to me, what did he say? I mean, again, this is a personal question. That's your marriage. You do not have to answer that. Please, let's just move on.
The answer is always divorce.
That's his answer?
Yes.
He doesn't want to work it. He doesn't want to work things out?
No.
Why?
No.
Does he say why he doesn't want to work things out?
I'm not sure, Nick. I don't know.
Oh, you guys can't hear me?
I really
Are you guys
messed
unable to hear
up.
me? Hold on, Susan. My apologies, chat. What happened to my mic? Is something wrong with my mic?
It's okay. I gotta.
Oh Lord! Test. Testing. This is so stupid. At OBS, I had it at +7, and all of a sudden it's -2. Nobody told you to do that. Technical issues here, Susan. Okay, what were you just saying?
No, I just said whenever it brought up anything, it was just always divorce.
Divorce, right? He doesn't want to work things out. Why? Has he said why?
Right.
Has he said why he doesn't want to work things out?
No.
He doesn't say why?
No. And the problem is me, obviously, like you explained so eloquently.
I did not say that
during our discussion.
No.
Earlier.
You're doing drama again. Stop. I did not say that.
No, I'm not doing drama. I understand the whole.
You just said I said it's your fault. Your marriage is falling apart. Did I really say that? I never said any such thing.
No. I know it is. I know it is.
But you said I said that.
Because I'm a smart person.
No, but you said I said that.
No, I'm a smart person.
You're taking
and
it
I
back
know
now,
that.
right?
I'm a smart person. I know that's why.
Wait, what?
Okay. I'm a smart person. I know the reason why my marriage fell apart is because of me. Anyways, thanks, Nick, for taking my call.
Susan, just I really appreciate your call. Listen, don't hesitate to call Jesse if anything.
Yep, totally.
And listen,
really cool.
All right. I mean, hey, appreciate your call, Susan.
Yep, wicked.
All right, Susan, take care. Anything
Bye.
you disagree with so far that you wanna bring up? Okay. Folks. Yeah, we got a lot of things going on here. We got many things going on. You may have noticed that maybe we're falling out of the sky. You may have noticed that maybe I don't know, that your drinks have spilled everywhere, that we are actually wildly flying through the sky right now. Your pilot has gotten a handle on the plane as of yet, but you may have been wondering why you're flailing around your seats right now. Yeah, that's because we're falling out of the sky. We're literally falling out of the sky. Our engines have turned off. Sometime during our call with Susan, our engines turned off. And we're actually in a major emergency right now. This is actually a major emergency. This is a huge emergency. We have no engine power. We are rapidly falling out of the sky. We seem to have regained our glide here. And we're not totally falling out of the sky, but we have no engine power. It's a matter of time before we fall out of the sky. For some reason, my audio is still quiet. This is so annoying. Everything's going wrong. The plane is falling out of the sky. You guys can't hear me. Susan's marriage is... Susan, that was glib. I'm just making a joke.
Call from...
People are trying to call me. People can't hear me. We're falling out of the sky. It's a mess. Caller, we have you on the air. We're in a bit of an emergency, but hey, how you doing? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm delighted, and I'm happy to be here.
No way. Delighted to be here. A pleasure. An absolute pleasure, as they say. That's very cool. Is this your first time calling my show?
Yes.
Well, thank you for your call. How you doing?
I am great. I just wanted to say that I thought you handled that call really well.
Thank you.
Considering what was going on, but also I had a topic about the word obey.
Nice.
And I realized that we're crashing. So
yeah, I'm kind of freaking out as we're talking, but don't worry about that. Let me worry about that.
Well, anyway, I had a conversation about the word obey, and when it comes to men and women, like how that works out. I personally feel that living like with that word obey, it's very freeing. Like if you're with the right man, that woman, I would feel very free. Like to do what I had to do inside the home, and the man would just go out and do what he needs to do and come home. Like it's obeying, like it's the right thing.
That makes perfect sense. Like if you don't want that, then be single and work on your life and seek God, or not. But yeah, this is a marriage. I mean, that just makes so much sense.
Right? I think it is too. Like,
but
makes a lot of sense.
That's an interesting thing. I mean, I'll let you speak freely here because that word, I'm telling you right now, Delighted, what you just said will stir, if they're in the chat, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular, folks, really. But
right.
It sends women, that word sends women, it bothers them, is what I'm trying to say. Go on.
No, it really does. It stirs up a lot of bad feelings. And I feel like that was specific to make us feel aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, obeying is like that. It's very freeing. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a hippie, but I just think it's really sweet. It's nice to have that relationship between, you know, yourself and or like a woman and the man.
So
it works out really well.
Thank you
The
for
man
that. I
goes out
personally
and does
agree.
his
I don't think
job.
it's a radical thing to be saying, but for those who may not understand, like, can you describe yourself a little bit, Delighted, without being too personal? Like, do you have hobbies and desires and your own, you know what I mean? Like, or are you just this robot who I obey and I am.
No,
Help me
I'm
understand where
not
you're
a
coming from so
robot.
that the people who are maybe judgmental maybe can understand you a little bit.
I am not a robot. I'm a real life person. But I was raised to understand the role of a woman and the man. I'm raised Christian, so like
makes sense.
I don't know how else to explain it except that it's lovely. It's nice to be with a man who takes care of you, and it's really nice to be able to take care of the man. So I was raised to do that.
That makes so much sense. I appreciate what you're saying. See, it's not crazy. It's radical. That's marriage. That's marriage. It's beautiful. And
yes.
And anything other than that would be conflict. It would literally be conflict. If it was in a business, if it was in a band, you know what I mean? If there's a conflict in the power structure, it's not gonna work.
That's correct.
And you know, I'm just saying stuff here because I appreciate my callers. Anything else you want to say about this, Delighted?
No, I don't. I really can't top anything that was said prior to my call. But seriously, thank you very much for taking my call, and have a great night.
Call me again. Appreciate that.
All right.
Okay, folks. So, you know, we had a nice call there with Delighted to be here, but, you know, I wasn't feeling that inside. We're banking to the right. We are quickly losing altitude and speed. We are in the middle of a major emergency. And I don't know what to tell you. I think we ran out of fuel. Did I not check our fuel? Okay, so what do we got here? We got 20,000 feet of altitude still. We got some speed. We're going to keep we're fighting to keep the nose above the horizon and not bank so hard. But we don't want to bank upwards too much or else we'll lose all our speed. And then we will stall and fall out of the sky and lose the little altitude we already have. We are quickly dropping. We're at 19,000. What does our ECAM say? Our crew oxygen masks are, they've dropped down. So you have the oxygen masks in front of you. Make sure you're wearing them. Our thrust levels are idle. No, they're not. Speed brakes are full. That's an emergency thing in case we need to, I forget why. The ECAM says we need to land ASAP. This sucks. I mean, I have more show to do and more songs and more cool stuff. I do not need an emergency right now. I do not need this. The pilot seems calm. I'm confident this is a minor problem. It's not. It's really not. Thank you, Lord Bibby. Appreciate your super chat. Please sit in the Ballers Lounge. That's not the Ballers Lounge. Don't worry. The Ballers Lounge will be opening shortly here. Once we get our bearings here. What a mess. Lord Bibby says, you did great with Susan. Don't enable poor behavior from these hoes. Show them. Susan, that's just a super chat. We're not calling you a hoe. Show them the mirror to their sins and shame them into repenting. God bless Susan. Seek the silent prayer. Susan, are you listening? I forgot to say www.silentprayer.com. www.silentprayer.video. Thank you, James. Appreciate you looking out for me. www.silentprayer.video, if I may repeat that. Folks, I think what happened is we ran out of fuel. That's what happened. We ran out of fuel. So, what time is it? 6:43 p.m. LA time. We're supposed to be landing soon. I guess we could. We'll just glide. We'll just keep doing the show and glide and we'll just turn the autopilot on. We got some power back. Okay, looks like the autopilot does not work. Darn, this sucks. So we'll just glide. And we'll just keep. We got more show. What else did I want to get into? Let's get into this. While I'll just keep my hand on the yoke. Amazing. Does this mean another stream tomorrow due to your emergency? Either way, we'll jump in first class before we crash. Thank you, Kaya. Please sit in first class. Can we get the Baldur's Lounge, even though we're in the middle of an emergency? Yeah, I think we still need the Baldur's Lounge. Come on. It's like, folks, I'm trying to open the Baldur's Lounge, and if I take my hand off the yoke, we start wildly falling off to the right. That's basically what's happening. That's what we're dealing with. But, folks, don't ever tell me that we did not show love to the Baldur's. Baldur's Lounge is still open in the middle of an emergency. Please sit in your seat. Kaya out of North Carolina is joining the Ballers. We love the Ballers, right? We love the Ballers. Join the Ballers, please. Vasconomi, thank you so much for your super chat. It reads, Nick, what's the truth about 30-year-old man who only wants to work with no ambition, who needs roommates? Also, he may have saved the world from ghosts. Wait, what? I'm not understanding your super chat, Vasco. What's the truth about 30-year-old men who only want to work with no ambition? I don't know. Ambition is kind of feminine, I think. I think ambition is feminine. Who needs roommates? Hey, if you're not married, what the heck is the problem with that? And you don't have a house. Also, he may have saved the world from ghosts. It sounds like you're talking about someone in particular. What's up, Vasco? Appreciate that. Sit in the Ballers Lounge. Carver with the super chat says, flying to Canada so Nit can passport bro. Lauren Southern with the conspiracy. Carver with the conspiracy theories. We are now at 12,000 feet. We have lost 8,000 feet since I last checked. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I guess this is a bridge that we'll cross when we get there type thing. What should I do? What do you guys think? Should we pray to God and have him fill our tanks? Do you think it'll... You know what I mean? Like, or should we crash land here? Should I pray to God? What do you think? Do you think a little prayer could maybe fill up our tanks just a little bit of fuel? Or would that be cheating? 10% fuel? What do y'all say? I don't think that's a big deal. Okay, never mind. It looks like even a prayer is not going to work. Basically, this is what I was trying to do. I was basically trying to go into the settings and just give us a little bit of fuel here. You know, like what should we call it? Like mid-air fueling, like they do in the military. But look, it won't even let me do that. I guess because I have the realism turned on, there's no way to fuel this, and we are quickly falling out of the sky. Let go and land. I really want to tell you about this amazing thing that people are doing with bullies. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this last segment. We got 9,000 feet to do this last segment. So what do you know about pimpy and bape? I know those are words that are making no sense to you. Oh, man. I also wanted to show you the Shereé Reed thing. All right, we got 9,000 feet. I've been showing you a little topic of mine. I think a little bit is showing you some of the horrific like the nightmare pastimes that humanity has come up with. You remember the ortolan bunting that I was telling you about? Is my mic volume still okay, by the way, folks? Test. Do you remember the ortolan bunting I was telling you about? That bird that some people eat. And by some people, I mean barely people. And by barely people, I mean the French. That's a joke. I'm playing around. And they cover their faces to hide their shame from God while they eat this treat, what do we call it? This sinfully delectable treat of the ortolan bunting, which is drowned in cognac. You remember that? Well, oh crap. Let me tell you about dog breeding in the next 8,000 feet of altitude before our untimely demise. Folks, I wanted to take you there safely. I really did. I wanted to land it safely. I promised someone at the beginning of this flight, but we got 8,000 feet, and we got this segment to do, and I got you for 8,000 feet at least. So at least we're in this together, right? At least we're doing this together. At least we're together in the end. So, what is humanity up to now? What insane thing is humanity up to now that I just became aware of? Exotic bully breeding. Do you know about this? So, you already know about dog breeding. I just didn't know how deep it went. And I'm starting to learn that all dog breeding is a form of this. Is dog breeding anyways, I haven't done my research yet to make that type of conclusion. But let me tell you about what I learned. Exotic bully breeding. What's a bully? The American bully. The American bully is a breed of dog. Bully is probably a breed. The American bully is a modern breed of dog. It was developed as a companion dog, originally standardized and recognized as a breed by the American Bully Kennel Club. Okay. But what are people doing in America? In some places of America, they're doing a special type of breeding. Well, not a special. They're just basically. I saw this video, this random video, and I'm like, "What the heck are we watching here?"
2 times pimpy, 3 times gay.
I saw this insanity schizophrenia post, and I had to figure it out. I had to understand why would someone go out of their way to make something like this?
Tempe Sanop.
Tempe Sanop.
What would possess someone? What would possess someone to make something like this?
Pimpy Sanop.
Pimpy Sanop. Pimpy Sanop. Pimpy Sanop.
Pimpy Sanop.
Pimpy Sanop.
What are these words? What are these hieroglyphs and these prophecies? Who's Pimpy? Son op? What? Is this Pimpy? Is this son? Is this op? Or is this a sentence? Is this actually trying to convey some information? That Pimpy has some sort of interaction with an op? Could it be his opposition? We're trying to figure it out here. We're trying to decode this mess.
Pimpy Sanop.
Pimpy Sanop.
What is this? So this pure insanity, I've come to realize. Oh darn! Keeps pausing. This. Sorry about that. This insanity. I come to decipher it, and it has to do with this exotic bully breeding. So they take. Let me explain the picture. Who's Pimpy? Who's op? Who's Bape? So check it out. What you're looking at is a poster for Doughboy. Who's Doughboy? Doughboy is this little doggy right here. Doughboy by Mindset Exotics. Now, what is 2x Pimpy? What is 3x Bape? What the heck are they saying here? Here's what this means. To be clear, 2 times Pimpy and 3 times Bape means that this dog has been inbred twice with a dog named Pimpy and 3 times with a dog named Bape. That is literally what this means. They've inbred this dog to create Doughboy, which is an exotic bully breed. What makes it exotic? It's deformities, essentially. Vasco Vasconomi saying this is AI. No, this Yeah, sure. If you look at the womb of the American bully as AI, sure, yeah, you are putting in prompts and telling it to generate this deformity. But that's what this is. I'm sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to explain what I learned here with no notes, just off the top of my head. 2 times pimpy, 3 times bape. That's what this means. It means this dog, Doughboy, was bred. Oh crap. Was bred. Doughboy the movie was inbred twice by a dog named Pimpy and 3 times with a dog named Bape. You understand what's going on here? That's what's going on here. And the whole thing is this exotic breeding to make these very strange looking animals. Their deformities essentially is what makes them so sought after. And what I find so interesting about this culture, what is it about? What I find another interesting aspect of this culture is that part of this culture is these Photoshop edits, these posters they make of these exotic breeds. Like, for example, this one, Doughboy. Part of a marker of this culture, of this exotic dog breeding culture, is these like movie posters for these dogs, and they're really incredible. Exotic bully posters. There's something American. There's something particularly American about this. And I get a feeling it's like particularly maybe even American black, but I could be wrong. I don't quite know. How to run a successful exotic micro bully breeding kennel.
Great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling than Miller Lite. Tastes great.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, Bully Fan? This your boy Tar Robin here from UUE Exotic Bullies, man. And today, man, we got a lot going on, man. It's a Saturday. It's a beautiful day. It's early in the morning. We really started a little early, about 6:30, but man, we vaccinating these dogs today. We cleaning the kennel, we cleaning the cages, we deworming, we doing flea and tick prevention. We just doing it all today, man. This is something I believe that every bully breeder, every kennel need to do at least once a month. Just go.
Okay. Anyways, I'm just doing some searching on this. Micro bully or pocket pit bull. What the? The Exotic Bully Guide. There's something messed up about this. There's something messed up about this.
Exotic Bully, the ultimate guide. Are you a dog lover? Do you enjoy the bully dog breeds? Then you may want to learn more about a new bully breed on the block. It's called the Exotic Bully. If you'd like to learn more about these dogs, then keep watching. Desired traits for an American exotic bully breed. The desired traits for an exotic bully include small, compact body, height and length about the same, height 13 inches or shorter.
That's the ideal. Basically, unable to perform. Short legs, that's the ideal.
Weight 30 to 15 pounds. Muzzle 2 inches or less. No elbow sticking out past the shoulder width.
I want to make one of these for Sandy. We got to make one of these posters for Sandy. Sandy. That's how Hassan says it. We got to make one of these for Sandy. Sandy the dog. Hassan's Sandy. You know who I'm talking about. These are awesome. These are friggin' awesome. 𝒏𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 x shea butter. So am I supposed to understand that? I mean, these are just amazing. I love these. The clean exotic. Look, Koopa X Armani. King Koopa X Ar. This one's awesome. Let's look at this one. It looks like club promoters. It's like club promoters found a new job or something. It's like club promoters got their hands on TikTok and then got their hands on Photoshop and went into the exotic bully breed world. Venom Line presents ODB's Big Papa, Venom X Lil Ting. This is awesome. I love this. Big Papa X Lil Ting. Am I supposed to understand that? Wait, let's go to this website. www.venomlinebullies.com. Venomlinebullies.com. Look at this. Yo. Now that's a bully. That's a Venomline bully. Exotic. Oh, this is King Koopa himself? No way. Look at these toddler eaters. I mean, I don't know. They even have video. Oh, yeah, this goes hard. Exotic bullies. Stop. Okay. Anyways, wait, why are we looking at ugly dogs? Because I just learned of this exotic bully breeding stuff. I just learned about that. I've heard about dog breeding, obviously, but there's a particular subculture of breeding, and they call it exotic bully breeding. And it's basically inbreeding. They inbreed bullies so that they look even more exotic than usual. And they get these crazy bow legs. They look crazy. They just make them look crazy. Look at that. That's why we're looking at these. That's crazy. Oh, what the with Nicholas the Ankle Baby. Appreciate that, Zenny. How you doing, sir? Folks, I'm going to show you one last thing as we come in for our crash landing. Yeah, it's got to be a crash landing. I mean, it's an emergency landing. I'm not happy about it. We left with not enough fuel. And, I'm not happy about it. And, as we come in for our crash landing, I got to show you one last thing here. I teased it earlier. And I'm going to show you the whole thing because I've been watching this video for years. And I just thought of it today. And I'm like, I'm going to show the chat. I got to show the chat this chat because I bet you they've never seen this video. I bet you they've never seen this video that rocked the bass community. And it's been rocking the bass community for decades, for at least a decade plus. This is Shereé Reed and his rendition of Joy to the World at Chicago Gospel Musician Jam. The bass community has never been the same ever since this video dropped.
So we can sing a song at Christmas time. Look at your neighbor and say,
Joy to the world.
You didn't say nothing, say it again.
Right here. Watch this part. Watch this part. Right here, right here, right here. Ba-da-bum. Oh my God! Ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba. Ba da ba da ba ba ba. Okay, watch this part. The drummer's on point too. That snare. Listen to that snare. Ka, ka. Oh, sorry. Okay, watch this part. Watch the drums. Watch the drum. The drum's about to switch up his rhythm. Right here, right here. Here it is. You heard that, right? You got a stank face to this. Amazing. I watched that video like multiple times a year, every year. Been watching it ever since. I know everybody in these comments have been. We all love this video. Thank you, Shereé Reed. We always come back to your bass video. Killing it on it. I mean, I know you probably couldn't even hear it that well, huh? It's a bad recording, but definitely check out the covers. I've seen like every cover to this, so that you can hear all the little anointed notes. Have you ever heard the Christian musicians talk like that? But if you want to hear all the every anointed little note, yeah, definitely check out the covers. It's never. We always come back to this one, Shereé. Thank you. Here's the little breakdown here's the breakdown, the awesome breakdown in a clearer video. Dope. All right, y'all. Oh, we're gonna crash land now, I guess. Because yeah, no fuel. That's the whole show. That's all the calls. Let's pause. I know you're not allowed to pause in real life, but we don't want it to end that fast. We don't want it to end that fast. What a mess. What a mess. Yeah, it's too bad, but it's how it's got to be. I think we got another 5,000 feet. We're trying to pull up here. Oh, did we already crash? No way. What a mess. I definitely wanted to land it. Don't get me wrong. But you gotta check your P's and Q's and make sure you have enough fuel when you leave. I'm sorry. You're all cloned, okay? Sorry about that. Yeah, we're dead. We're all dead. Basically, that's what happened. I know we haven't had one of these, but we're dead. We have totally crashed. What a mess. Folks, what can I say? That's the show. We did the super chats. We did the calls. Those are the things I wanted to talk about. The things I wanted to show you. I've been saving for Friday. But hey, that happens sometimes, huh? Hey, it'll happen. That's definitely what you want to hear from an airline. That's it from me, folks. Your local time in heaven is 7:10 p.m. Oopsies. Subscribe, like, follow, do the things so you don't miss it if I go live this weekend and all that, as we do sometimes. Until the next one, huh? We'll land her next time. I'll see you guys Sunday, definitely Monday, back with American Anchor, baby. But RIP, gone too soon. Everyone in the Ballers Lounge, thank you. I think that's it, folks. We're dead, Kaya. We died. We didn't leave with enough fuel. And we fell out of the sky. That's literally what happened. I almost can't believe it. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll see y'all on the other side Sunday and Monday. Appreciate it. Take care.